Whoa. What is up, white people? Yes, what's up, everybody? Hope everything's amazing for you all, as always. I'm your host, the Honorable OCT OctaviusHaye, and this is the WACCast podcast. So without further ado, let's talk whack to them. Academics, dang it, man. We was just talking about you. I had to remove the big off your name again. You're not Big Act to me no more. After the way you had to bring in Rory's, his baby mama, his baby, and his side chick or ex-side chick. But I have faith you was gonna come back, man. But Jesus, after all this talk about you being this big player dude and talking down on these women and putting them in their places and stuff, after we find out you really is just a trick, man. And that's what hurts. Now I was gonna talk about Akademiks. A video had leaked to him with his side or his ex chick, who had been kind of causing havoc in his life. And I was gonna say something about that, but I said, nah, leave it alone. I already called Ak out on it before. I don't usually like to keep going in on people's relationships unless there's like a greater meaning to it. So with Ak, the reason why I went and said something about him in the first place, because he a hypocrite. He always talk about Christian Rock and Blueface and they toxic relationship. And this fool's in a toxic relationship too. So when you been a hypocrite, you gotta get called out for it, right? But Akademiks was all like, yo, I'm done with it. I learned my lesson after she deleted his apps and stuff, or deleted his Discord. She changed his password. She out here got him looking bad, trying to fight girls for liking on him in the public. She lying about, she said she had a baby, lying about getting rid of it. Her friend almost robbed him because she wanted her friend to come over so bad. All this negative stuff, and then I start going in on him about him being dangerous and stuff afterwards. Like all this negative stuff. Ak say he learned his lesson. Clearly he didn't, right? And now she even out here saying she getting paid $30K a month. So this woman is wild, right? So Akademiks come out and say he not paying her $30K. She just talking stuff, She capping for other females that Akademiks is talking to. She trying to make it seem like she really that one. Now I'm watching Akademiks stream. He on live stream. I think he trying to look at the Travis Rudolph case, which I'm following heavy too. And he keep having issues, with the live stream. He keep, making funny noises, stopping. I'm like, what is Ak doing? He always just talk about it. I'm getting irritated because I'm doing stuff while I'm listening to it. And I got it on my phone. All of a sudden, this dude come out saying, "Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, man. She here right now. She probably doing something. I can't kick her out until I get her evicted. So I got my lawyers getting an eviction notice right now, so I can get her up out of here. The police said they can't make her leave till she get an eviction. Man." This dude's still fooling with it. He had already admitted they still be seeing each other. They just still hung out with each other. He done been with her, she done been with him. So they still pretty much in a whole relationship, and she's still terrorizing this man. Dude, Ak, you have nothing to say to Blueface no more. Don't say nothing to Blueface no more. Blueface, run your victory lap. When the first incident happened at the club and she was trying to fight them girls and he was trying to stay in between them, and Blueface was laughing, I was like, man, Blue, that's just like a one-time incident. You and Christian Rock do way worse than that. You can't compare y'all. But Blueface needs to take his victory lap because Akademiks is showing us that he really is tricking out here. I said it before, I say it again. I think he did buy Selena Powder at the car now. Or I'm not definitely believing him. And even though I don't think Ak lied, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. This girl saying he giving $30K, he say he not. But the fact that she's still around after she already caused all this drama, and you got a name and you got value and you doing all these big deals, and she could be potentially hurting that if you looking crazy. She's trying to make you look like you an abusive partner. You know what I'm saying? And to still have her around, like you should have been on your P's and Q's with getting her evicted, Ak. So now you got to take this L. Ak been taking a whole lot of L's. Nobody wanted to come watch his live talk, for his podcast at that music festival thing. He only had a couple people there, and now it is. So Ak is on a tumbling hill, going down with catching all the L's, man. And he said he was gonna call the police on her. Hopefully that situation gets straightened out. I don't think that he should be with her. She does not seem like the type of chick that anybody would want, especially somebody who got choices. And I get we don't know the inner workings of their relationship behind the scenes, but anybody who's that comfortable bringing stuff to the public and causing all these issues, if she felt that in danger to him by him, she would leave. She wants to stick around and cause danger to him because he's not responding in the way she wants him to respond. That's psychotic. If somebody's not doing what you want them to do as a partner, you leave. You don't try to make their life miserable. What do you think you're going to gain from that? You know, you only wasting energy on somebody who's not giving you, who's not fulfilling you. And if your mission is just to make them mad, well, okay, you make them mad, but that's not doing nothing for you. That's giving them more energy than they deserve. And if your mission and your goal is to get them back, bro, what kind of crazy world are you living in? And Akademiks, what kind of crazy world are you living in where you're entertaining this type of psychoticness? You got too much money, you work too hard to build up your brand, to let some basic looking chick who don't even look all that fine, and you can get something way better than that, who also is cool with your program, what you want to do, and ain't causing you all this grief and putting your name all in the gossip columns and having people talk bad about you and exposing your relationship issues that you clearly wasn't trying to expose. So I don't know what's going to happen. Of course, you know, Akademiks, he's going to give us a response and explain more in detail about what happened, and if she really was the one causing this stream to mess up, or if he just had some Wi-Fi problems. I don't know. But, hey, this is crazy. Hopefully we hear something from Ak tonight. You know, she going off on his mom. He said her family watching, her mom be watching, they laughing. Yo, Ak, you in some ghetto stuff. Time to drop that chick. Young Thugs Brother Unfoonk has been sentenced to 9 years in jail after violating his plea deal, the agreements on the plea deal. He was pulled over by the cops. They smelled, you know, some marijuana up in the car, searched, and also ended up finding a gun. So this is a violation of the parole that he's on under the plea deal. And because of this, you know, the judge let him know you hadn't done any of the things you were supposed to do, gone to none of the meetings or whatever he agreed to go to, and done none of that. The judge wasn't even tripping off that. It was the fact that Unfoonk, in the judge's eyes, and in my eyes too, wasn't taking this, this probation serious, and wasn't counting his blessings that he had to serve out the time on probation instead of being behind bars. He still had his freedom. And so judge said point blank, you got 9 years, hit that gavel, it's time to go. We on to the next one. And now this man, 9 years of his life being taken from him after he had already done 10 years prior to that for another crime. Now, I'm watching this dude, and he looking upset, and he look hurt by it, and it just hit me, man. Like, so many, I know people like him who would have done that same thing, who just don't trip. Like, they don't even look at the fact that they blessed to be out, and they already got the mindset of getting themselves right back into some trouble where something else could happen. And so, unfortunately for him, I don't wish prison on nobody, but we had to call stupidity out, man. And we gotta let people know it's real life consequences. And a lot of people be thinking this stuff be games, man. This ain't no game for that judge. It ain't no game for the legal system. This is what it is. It's not even a big worry to them, but this is the rest of, or not the rest, but this is 10 years, 9 years of your life that's been taken away from you, man. When you was out in these streets, you shouldn't have been in no situation where you had a legal gun or anybody with a gun around you. You should have been in no situation where it's all marijuana smell being out there. You should have been watching everything. You should have been the most square dude that ever lived. Just, if for nothing else, just so you could be out free, man. I mean, this is ridiculous. You know, it had been, 6 months? That was like 6 months ago when he took the plea deal and everybody thought he was snitching along with Gunner. But it was like 6 months ago. And now to see what's come from that is nothing. You right back in there. So it wasn't even no point in no plea deal. You shouldn't even did nothing where you was gonna be on probation for 10 years if you could not do it, man. If you was gonna continue to associate with the same people and live the same lifestyle and not think about what that was gonna do to you, then you shouldn't even done that, bro. Why even play with yourself? Because now look at you, over something stupid, over a gun, bro. Now the good thing is most likely because the crime wasn't that major. It was marijuana, he had a gun on him, but it wasn't like it was a victimless crime. You know, he might end up only serving like 2 or 3 years out of that before he get out, hopefully. So that's a positive thing. And hopefully, if nothing else, it sucks that this happened, but he takes this as a learning experience. And hopefully some dudes, you know, out in these streets, these young dudes or anybody, people who know him, just anybody around who see this and is going through something similar, look at this and get something from this and realize that they shouldn't be taking the court system or none of that stuff as a joke. Because if you get any type of blessing from them, you take advantage of that and you do what you got to do to get yourself good, man. Like, you grown, you a grown man, you did 10 years behind bars, you grown. Why would you put yourself in a situation where you could potentially do another 10? You know? When you on probation, man, they waiting for it. They looking for an excuse to throw you back in. We all know how the prison system is, how jail system is. So they looking for an excuse to get you back up in them doors, man. Come on, and you with all these blessings that you receive, with Young Thug being able to afford you good lawyers for you getting out, and you would do this to yourself, man, you must be tripping. And I ain't trying to beat up on nobody while they down, but you gotta call this type of stuff out. You gotta call this type of stupid behavior out. Man, we cannot be looking like this as a people or anybody, man. We cannot be out here making these type of stupid mistakes when it's costing us our lives, bro. You know? Now, like I said, I'm not here to knock nobody down, but this has definitely got to be a learning experience for the youth. And hopefully that brother's learned something. If nothing else, silver lining is he learned something and grow from this. Now, what is going on with Drake's fingernails, man? Now, I see people talking about Drake's car decline on stream, and that was embarrassing. I'm like, yeah, everybody know Drake got money, his car ain't really declined. But all of a sudden, then after that, I'm hearing everybody talk about he got his fingernails painted yellow and some other color. So I go look at it. Sure enough, Drake out of nowhere decides randomly, like, hey, I'm just gonna have my nails polished. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. Well, I'm gonna say something about it, Drake, because I don't know what's going on with you, man. Are you going through some type of midlife crisis? Are you trying to show that you keep up with the youngsters? I don't know many youngsters that are painting their fingernails different colors like that, but maybe you do. You go everywhere. You always see different cultures, different ways societies are in other locations on earth. Maybe you found some place where all the young people is painting nails. You do what Drake do, trying to get ahead of the next fad. But I'm sorry, I just don't feel it, man. It's weird. I don't know. I'm old school. I ain't really with the nail polish stuff like that. You get like the clear. I don't mind getting, the manicure, pedicure, getting like the clear on there. But once you start getting colors, trying to color coordinate with your outfit, that's a little much, man. A lot of people questioning Drake. Why you doing this? This ain't right. Some people liking it. I've known people that like to paint their nails different colors. Ultimately, I ain't really mad at Drake. Drake do whatever he want to do. He feeling himself. I'm just wondering if this is some type of midlife crisis to show that he can still keep up with the youngsters. He's still fresh and hip and cool. You know what I'm saying? Drake is getting up there. He ain't 40, but he closer to 40 than he is 30. So who knows? Maybe he is trying to do some different stuff. Maybe it's some of the people he hanging out with. Maybe he hanging out with a young crowd, try to fit in, hear what type of sounds the kids is listening to. I don't know. I don't like it though. I really don't. But Drake do what he want to do. Yeah, I'm surprised how many people had an opinion on this. I mean, not how many people had an opinion on this, but I guess how big this has gotten. But when you Drake, pretty much anything you do is gonna be news because people trying to see what's going on. And I wouldn't be surprised if more people start painting their fingernails now off of what Drake is doing. Even the people that seem to have an opinion, a negative opinion on it, I wouldn't be surprised if they decide they want to get theirs done up. But yeah, just crazy to me. I said, oh man, what's Drake up to? I don't put nothing past Drake. I don't think nothing that Drake does is just for a look. I think he on some sneaky stuff. I think somewhere he's seen he trying to start a new trend. He's seen other people start a trend. He trying to jump out ahead of it, so it looked like he was on the nail polish before it was cool. Tip. I know Drake is a conniving dude. He a thinker, man. So if he coming out like that, trust to believe he wanted that to be the discussion. Maybe we get another album. He want to do something shocking to get our attention. I don't know. These speculations. What's up with Drake though? As far as that goes, this could be marketing. He got another project. He has something happening, and he wants his name in the headlines, or just he likes to do stuff like this to keep his name in the headlines, so we talk about him. So he's still on everybody's mind whenever he decides he wants to drop another project or do anything else. He's ready to announce for the people. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this is, to me, as I'm talking about it right now, yeah, I'm kind of falling in line with that this could just be some type of marketing or something, keep his name out there, because either he's about to drop something or, he just want everybody to remember him while he on break, painting his nails different colors and having his car decline and messing with other men's women and causing beef between Drama and Meek Mill. So yeah, we'll see if this becomes. Maybe he has a fingernail polish line coming out. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is leading to something, and I wouldn't be surprised if Drake's just being Drake. And hey, here's something funny to talk about. So that's the show for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in and getting this whack wisdom, and I hope that you return next week to get a little bit more from me. And of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I'm dropping new content on the YouTube channel. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, please make sure to give us a follow, like the podcast, leave a review if possible, so you're notified every time I'm dropping new episodes on those platforms as well. With that being said, this is the WACCast podcast, and I am whacking off. It's the WACCast podcast, yeah. Talk whack to me, talk whack to me, yeah. Talk whack to me, talk whack to me. It's the WACCast podcast, yeah. Talk whack to me, talk whack to me, yeah. Talk whack to me, talk whack to me.